Well, hello there again, Uber-Tuber-Ubers. Short talk toward the park. I'm walking out of the little trailer park. Here, I'll just show you what that glorious landscape looks like. We're living in high-rent neighborhood here. Yes, sir. And check out this gem right behind me. That blue and white special. Circa 1957. Back when they used to make them to last. Actually, this thing's got about the insulation value of like a cardboard box. I freeze my butt in there in the winter, but I'm too cheap to fix the furnace. So I just use a space heater in the back room and close off the door. I'm just warming up one room. That's all. That's the only place I'm at. What do I need to heat the rest of the house for? And so I'm just too cheap to fix the darn thing. Plus, it's a dinosaur, and finding parts for it, who knows? I mean, maybe it could be done. But it's sort of, at some point or another, a piece of equipment becomes more expensive to maintain than it would take to replace. And so you got to kind of wonder, like, was that such a good idea? And I just wanted to show you guys some stuff. I'm waiting here. This is the mighty torrential avenue called Espina. That means spine, kind of like, think of getting stabbed by a piece of cactus, you know what I mean? Or a porcupine. I guess they got spines. So I live on Spine Street. Ugh. Kind of a, shall we say, a pointed statement, if there was one. Anyhow, I just wanted to kind of walk around here and show you guys some of this stuff. And I just wanted to get away from the park some because there's trees and stuff in the way. And I wanted to go down to the park here, which is right across the street, as you might have noticed, because I'm almost in it. Now, this is a well station. It's going to go yakety yak in your ear, so just ignore it. Think of it as a hovering UFO, and you were a witness to that sound. How about that? Oh my gosh, a UFO. If only he had pointed his camera up. Oops, too late. Sorry. Anyway, got carried away. I just thought to myself, take a look around. What do you see? And I've been looking at this junk. You know, it's funny, too, because in that earlier video, I was unaware that there was an eclipse going on. And I did notice was peculiar about the light, but I couldn't make it out. Well, anyhow, I've been seeing this kind of junk in the sky all day, right about here. That train, you know what that was? I think you know what that was. Look here. Here's another one. And what you see is these stinkers appearing. Now, all this looks artificial to me. Am I wrong or am I right? And, you know, if what I'm seeing is what I think. Look at this one. This does not look at all suspicious. Look at that thing. When did you ever see a cloud that did that? Give me a break. And look at there. There's another one right there. Flat. Right across there. Can you see it? I hope so. Oh, you know what? Maybe try to zoom boom on that one a little bit. Well, I'm not sure that helps. But right in there's another one of them weird cracks. Don't make any weird cracks, will you? So I'm still at 1.2x. Maybe we'll just leave it there for a little while. Who cares? Anyhow, just a little short talk at the park with the old grumpy white guy. Look at this stuff. Give me a break. You can't tell me that's natural. No. And, you know, so what we're seeing here is, you know, if that's evidence of what we think it is, shall we say particulate distribution on purpose for profit, do you know what that represents? Look at that. There's already things drifting out of it. Can you see that? It's like little streaks coming down already. Look at that. It looks like spider webs coming off of this cloud. I've never seen that. Never. Look at this junk. Guess what? We're breathing that crap. Every living thing on Earth is being currently poisoned. And they're using that crap right there to do it. You know, there's a guy, I did an endorsement of a video by Richard Vobes, and I want to go over this once again. Go back, watch that video. And if you don't know the one I'm talking about, I think it's called They Are Poisoning the Planet. You got to get on the Vobes site and search. He's got a whole slug of videos. Search out the one I'm talking about. And he's talking about a guy named Dane. I believe it's Whittington or something like that. Anyhow, good dude. And, Mr. Information. And when you hear what Dane has to say, I mean, if you don't crap your trousers, something wrong with you. And I just wanted to see some, you know. Okay, so that's the apartment complex across the street from my perspective. What is that? Why is that in the sky? Why do all these things seem to run in linear functional lines. What's that? Ugh, and look at that stuff. It looks like it's falling out of the sky. Well, that's exactly what Dane was talking about. He says those chemicals, not chemicals so much, metals, and I mean, we're talking about dangerous stuff here, like aluminum. Aluminum, you want to talk about breathing in aluminum particles? Why don't you just go breathe in radioactive stuff? I mean, it's kind of like that. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you my shoes. Went down today, Red Wing boots. They got me some new shoes. They're kind of sissy in a way, in that they're sort of function as slip-ons. They don't need, the lace is kind of an afterthought, but it does make it feel snug. Great shoes so far. And so anyhow, I just wanted to tell you a little story about this because it was in the past, and if you even care, I'm kind of into this grounding thing. I mean, being physically grounded to the earth, electrically grounded, at least as often as you can be, you know, without being ridiculous. But I mean, beware of grounding into the net. If you want to ground into the net, you have to prove you've got a negative voltage function, because a lot of those grounds are carrying volts and they're going to zap them right back at you, okay? Don't do that unless you can prove that the ground is clean. Otherwise, ground to ground if you can, but what if you live in the 37th story? How's that going to happen? Maybe by hooking to the sewer pipe? Do a little wall damage? I don't know. Not recommending that. Unless it was solid iron all the way down, yeah, it would function as a ground. Boom, you're solved. But anyway, the short version is, looking at this stuff in the sky today, I want you to see this again. This kind of makes my heart sick. There's nothing natural about that. Get a look at this thing. When did you ever see a cloud do that? What is that crap coming off the side of it? Oh my gosh. Guess what? We're breathing that crap. We're breathing it. And you know what? There's results. And they already know the results. See, this is the thing that's driving me crazy. I talk about this stuff with people and they think I'm nuts. And I don't know who to mention it to, so I'll mention it to you. Maybe you and I can have a little confab here. Maybe there is somebody on the earth who agrees with me. I don't know. Maybe there's one. But most people just, I mean, seriously blow me off. As soon as I start talking about this stuff, look at that. There's nothing natural about that. Oh my, what is that? They're bleeding? What do we got? Bleeding clouds? Come on. And what is that monstrosity above me? Oh my gosh. Look at that crap. Anyway, there's a, golly. There's a point in Mr. Dane's testimony where he says if you take a bright flashlight, and since there was a solar eclipse today that I kind of missed, which might have been messing with the light. You remember how I was talking about how dim it seemed to be? Maybe that was right about then. So I never even knew about this eclipse until after the fact. So the point being, maybe that's part of what I was seeing. But this issue of whether or not the powers that be have bought into the premise that it is a wholesome and life-enhancing process to dump this crap in the air, that people and every living thing breathe it, even though we know it's toxic. What? And which part of that was in the Constitution? I don't recall that episode. Look at this junk. What is that? I'm 65. I've never seen anything like it. What are these drifting tails? Come on now. Come on. Hunker down. I'm going to try to focus. We'll draw a focus. What in the world? And so when you mention the obvious, guess what? You're going to get ignored. Maybe I'll invert and we can have a lab in the park afterwards. So, hey, late entry. This is like those movies, you know, where the what do they call it? The credits at the beginning go on for about the first 15 minutes of the movie. You're kind of going, why are we still seeing words down there about the director or the, what do you call that guy, the key grip or something? I don't care about that crap. Just show the movie. But so maybe this is like that short talk at the park with the old guy about weird crap in the sky. Except I might title it different because YouTube might call that a violation of community standards. Might have to say poop. It's funny how you can say poop all day, nobody gets carried away. You say that S word, and now you're grinding gears, which means we're very conscious of our bodies. C.S. Lewis pointed this out. I just thought of that. Anyway, good observation. The point being, and I suppose if there is a point here, I just wanted to come down. I'm on a big spending spree today. I bought some new shoes. I think you saw them, and they're real comfortable. And the thing is, I was looking for shoes that would ground me. This is the closest he could get, but it's a static release, not a static protectant. So it's a net loss of positive ions, I believe. So anyway, they're super comfortable. And this Carhartt shoe, I mean, I've never felt anything quite like it. It's almost like wearing bedroom slippers. I'm real light and comfy. Anyhow, so these are going to be my walking shoes, but I ordered a new pair of boots that have that same electrostatic thing, and actually allow conductivity. Because, see, most boots are electrostatically grounded, which is the wrong application for what I'm doing. Grounded shoes means you don't become ground. You're isolated from it. So if ground passes through you, it can't hit you. It's a safety measure around electricity, especially high voltage stuff. And so, anyway, I want the other shoe. I want the one that grounds to the earth consistently. Well, these are supposed to be partly that. There's a static release. So far I found them very comfortable. Anyway, I'm going to go later today, spend more money, order some glasses. I thought, it's been about 6 or 8 years. I guess I'd need to get a new and whatever you call it, prescription and stuff, especially since the eye surgery last summer. Yeah, so I think the right eye's kind of balanced out. However much change is going to change, I think it's changed. And I think it's pretty stable. So I thought, well, get some new glasses. So I'm on a money spending spree. And next thing you know, I might even go crazy and buy some groceries. That'd be wild, man. You guys have a good day. And don't forget, if you're feeling bad, there's things you can do. You don't have to be a passive victim. Think echinacea, think vitamin C, think vitamins D and calcium, think magnesium and potassium. Think about all the B vitamin nutrients and all the things you can easily get at a health food store. There are good multivites. There's I'm not saying every disease has a nutritional cause, but there's a nutritional parallel. If you're feeling bad, you may also be low in, say, magnesium, real bad, or in D or something like that. You can get your blood tested and find out where you're really at. And for some people, it's shocking to realize how low their D numbers are. They thought they were doing much better. And C, too. And so, in other words, Linus Pauling was laughed at because he basically asserted that there was no such thing as an overdose of vitamin C, and he couldn't ever find any indication where high-dose vitamin C was counterproductive in any way. And he was laughed for it and called names and stuff. But basically what he was saying was, as far as we know, depending on what your body's trying to fight off, vitamin C is a strong defender, an antioxidant, boom, boom, frontline troop. This is your basic infantry here. And you want a strong infantry. So how much C do you need? There's no upper limit. Basically, you cannot overdose on the stuff as far as I know. But why would you want to? But at any rate, the numbers that the so-called official experts say is the recommended dose, I basically triple it and say, well, that might be close. So I'm going to put on my glasses. This might be, we'll find out about that, the last time you ever see me looking just like this. I might get some new goggles, and I'm going to tell the young lady, I want the ones that make me look like Elvis. I mean, the breathing version. And that's how you negotiate with the opposition. You make them laugh. Have a good day, and God bless.